Hi guys, this is Wade from Wade's Orchids, and we are going to do a little July tour of the greenhouse here, an update of sorts. Right here is Chaldeanum. This one is blooming for the first time, and it's only got 2 flowers on it, but it's very, very nice. I like this one. It's nice and dark. I hope that I can get everything in the screen here. It's very sunny and I'm getting a lot of glare from my screen here, so I hope that I'll be able to keep everything in view. We'll just kind of walk down through the aisles here and take a look at things. This is kind of impromptu here. I've been very, very busy. My wife has had surgery and I've been being a homemaker more than and nurse more than anything else lately. I'm behind on my potting, but you know, things are going. She's improving and she'll be fine soon, and hopefully I'll be able to get back in the swing of things. We have some Oncidium Alliance here. This one here is Miltassia estrellita variety Sweet Senorita. It's in a 6-inch pot. These things in a 6-inch pot can put up, maybe 8 to 10 flower spikes and get to be a very nice bouquet. I think it smells a little like baby powder, but you can decide it for yourself. Another little Oncidium here. Let me look. This is Oncidium Sweet Ears variety Pacific Gold. One of my Oncidiums I have for sale. Going down the aisle, there's another estrellita. I want to take a look at some things that are blooming up above here, if we can. Just hang on a little bit and I'll get this little guy down. Okay, this is on Dendrobium Abe. I've got 3 of these, and this is by far the nicest one. It presents the flowers very well, and the flower size is rather large for these. This is a cross between the Latoria section and also the Phalaenopsis section to produce these nice Latoria shaped flowers with the purple coloring. Real nice thing. Over here is a Latoria section Dendrobium. These things bloom for like 3 months at a time, and I'm searching for the name. It is Dendrobium Royal Wings. Got a few of these for sale. As you can see, there's another flower spike coming here. Next spring, I would say that this will put out probably 6 to 8 flower spikes, and quite possibly not stop blooming at all, period. They can be ever blooming when they're very mature. Moving things around here, something that I'm sure that you all have seen before, probably get a lot of glare pointing it up here, but this is Frag, Sorcerer's Apprentice. I have a nice big spike there, and there's 3 new spikes coming up. Really excited to see that. It's one of my absolute favorite plants. Here we have some more buds. This is Cattleya hybrida, an old cross with Gutata in it. I'm not sure. It may be Gutata crossed with bicolor. As you can see, it's a pretty tall plant, but I have 7 buds on that. Here is a nice little encyclia. This is Encyclia tempensi. This particular one is variety Fortman, named after a member of our society. This puts out a lot of nice flowers, branching at times. Here we have, this is Dendrobium Hawaii. Hold on. Oh, my memory. It is Hawaii Spectacular. Okay, this had more buds on it, but in the whole greenhouse, I came in one morning and this flower spike was covered with aphids. How they got in, I don't know. But there was no aphids on anything other than this one plant. Go figure. More buds coming along. This is a cruentum hybrid. Going to be nice green flowers with dark purple striped lip. Oh, I want to show you this. This is blooming for me for the first time, and it's really, really nice. This is a species. This is Dendrobium Suzuki, one of the Nigra hirsute types. The flowers on this are kind of a chartreuse color, and I love the color of that lip. My gosh. There's, like I said, this is the first bloom on this plant, and it's got another bud coming there, so 4 flowers. These things will last 2 to 3 months. They like to be in small pots. And let's see, I don't have a whole lot of cattleyas blooming right now. I have the tail end of this. This is an Arita Vanda, Memoria James Huffman. I got this from First Rays when Ray Barkalow was still selling some plants. And it is extremely fragrant. Nice shape of the flowers. Puts out nice branching spike. This has been blooming for about 3 months. Really nice little thing. Let me get another encyclia down from here. This is also kind of on its last legs, but it's an old friend. This is actually it's now called Epicyclia, Serena O'Neill, and the flowers are a much nicer green with a nice pink lip. Really like it. Got 2 spikes on it this time. Boy, it'd be nice if this branches a little bit more. I can get 3 or 4 spikes. Oh. Moving around here, I've got these are Tolumnias here. I've got about 100 of them, and they will be going up for sale when they get rooted a little bit better. These are potted up in net pots with coconut husk fiber. This works rather well. It's a nice long-term thing. Not quite as nice as mounting them, but a lot of people, when they buy plants, they really can't afford to have the humidity that they need for mounting, and this works almost as well. So hopefully we'll have some nice Tolumnias for sale soon. Here is a nice Psychopsis Mendenhall variety Hildos. Let me get it out of the Spanish moss there. These things are best like this when they first open up. They're really nice and dark. The color gets lighter with age. This is the third flower, I think, of the growing season. There's another spike there where the flower just fell off. Since we're here, we'll take a little look at some masdevallias. This one here is Masdevallia Golden Tiger variety Augie. It's got an HCC. This is a very reliable and easy blooming plant if you can get it. Something nice about it is when it becomes mature, it will put out a second or even a third flower sometimes sequentially. Masdevallias that flower sequentially are very, very nice. It's something to look for when you buy masdevallias. Ask if they're sequential bloomers, because basically you get double the amount of flowers. This is also a very warmth tolerant masdevallia. Nice thing. And next to it here, if I can turn it around a little bit, this is a little more of a red. Now these things in cooler temperatures are darker. Masdevallias are very much affected by their flower color with in relationship to the temperature. But this is Cheryl Sehan variety Red Hot Mama, which has an AM from the American Orchid Society. This can also very rarely be sequentially, but not very often. Nice little thing here that one of my favorite masdevallias, it's always in bloom. This is Maui Holiday, across two very warmth tolerant species, Tunduzii with Mendosiae. Looks very much like Mendosiae with the form of it. They're both rather tubular, but this also is sequential, at least 2 flowers on a spike, and it blooms most of the year once it gets mature like this. This is a 3-inch pot, and I've gotten as many as 17 or 18 flowers on this plant here at one time. So very nice little thing to have. Turn around here. Here's Masdevallia vechiana, variety Barbara. And this is something that my friend Anna Melaragno sent to me. And I really like it. A lot of times the flowers are, the tails come straight down rather than bending back like that. I want to see how it is in maturity. This is just a little 2-inch pot, but you can see right now that there's going to be 3 flowers on this, and it's been blooming for a while. It's Masdevallia, yeah, you say it, Hanixka. I believe that's some kind of a Polish or Eastern European name, but it's Memoria Aaron Jackson crossed with Tunduzii. Again, there's Tunduzii giving nice warmth tolerance. And this thing blooms very, very nicely. Got this one from Anna also, from her friend Bill. Thank you, Bill, if you ever see this. I so much appreciate your gift of these masdevallias. This one does not have a name. I wish I did know the name of it. As you can see, it is very floriferous also. Sequential bloomer. I have gotten 3 flowers off of this. Let me see if I can get in close here and show you. Right here, there's 1 flower on that. There was a second flower there, and here it's putting out as a bud. So that's 3 flowers on a spike, which makes this very, very nice and prolific bloomer. Here's something. It is not really a prolific bloomer, but it's a very, very vibrant purple color. I hope that this is picking this up nicely. I can't really see. But this is Masdevallia Machu Picchu variety Crown Point, which has an AM from the AOS. Beautiful thing. Here is a cold growing species. Both these flowers are just opening. It will come up a little bit more, but this is Masdevallia Davisii variety George. Move around here. Here's an unusual little species. This is Masdevallia Pinocchio, and one thing that Pinocchio does is the flower spikes last from year to year to year. There are some of these, if you can see here, this has flowered, at least 4 or 5 times so far. And it will probably keep flowering, maybe not anymore this year, but next year. So in time, this gets to be a very, very nice specimen plant. Talk about floriferous. Let me pick this up. This is Masdevallia Othello. Also very warmth tolerant. It's a cross of primary cross of Infracta cross with Colina, and it is on about half of its flowers. It is sequential flowering. Don't ask me what will make it sequential flowering more often than not. I really don't know why one spike will be sequential flowering and another one won't, but I'm just thankful for it when it happens. They do very well like this, and this is a 3 3/4 inch net pot, and I've got fine bark perlite and some chopped up sphagnum in there, and it seems to be very happy. Here we have a little thing that was given to me by my friend Christopher Bevins. This is Maui Gold. Yes, Masdevallia Maui Gold. Nice little thing. Looks like it's fairly floriferous now that it's getting going pretty well. It had a little bit of a rocky road for a while, but it's coming around. One other thing for Masdevallias here. This is not Tunduzii here. This is Tovarensis, which both of which are traditionally white. But this one has much better form than most Tovarensis. This is variety Snowbird. I hope to be able to try some breeding with this. It is sequential flowering, something that I hope it passes on. And speaking of Tunduzii, this is Tunduzii right here. And it has been blooming for a long, long time for me. I would say it started blooming in around the end of March, and this is the end of June, beginning of July here. And it's still putting out buds and flowers. What a rewarding little thing. And that's also a very warmth tolerant plant. It is not traditionally found in warm growing areas, but it has been found to be very accepting of more warmth in the growing area. Something to remember, and I'll say this probably many more times in these tours, that one thing to do when it gets warm for your cool growing plants is to increase air movement. So the more air movement you have, and also the more humidity you have, the easier it is for your cool growing plants to be able to get by these 80 and 90 degree days. We'll move on to Miltoniopsis. This is Breathless Variety Brilliant. It's seen better days. It's been open for a month, so I can't really complain. Miltoniopsis are also on the cool growing side. Here, this is I think a Miltonidium or something, or let me get the name. Odontonia. Memoria Martin Orstein. It's got an HCC, but very, very nice patterning on that. These are potted in plastic pots in fine bark and perlite, and they are watered nearly every day. Here are some more Miltoniopsis that have been blooming for quite a while. I'm not going to dig out the names on all of them, but I've got 3 different varieties here. There's one. Here's another very nice one. And back here, is that the same? No, that's a different one. That's the 3rd kind. So, very nice. The flowers do last for a nice long time, particularly if you can keep them on the cool side. Really nice little thing. Now, here is something that you don't see very often. This is a Gemellia, and it is, I'm sorry, Schoenorchis. Schoenorchis junctifolia, and this is has got it was given a CCE originally by its previous owner. This is just a small piece of it, but very, very nice little thing. I got this from David Rosenfield. Generous gift from him. I'm very thankful for it. We got a couple of Oncidiums up here that are putting out some branch spikes. The original spikes are pretty much all done. We have had bulbophyllums blooming on and off. This is bulbophyllum bicolor. You notice how nice the lips on that go back and forth. That's 4 flowers on its first bloom. Very nice. Here is a beautiful, beautiful thing named for a friend of mine. This is Bulbophyllum Natalia Simpkins. It's a cross of Phacetum and Bassicetum. And let's see, is it still, well, getting kind of towards the end of things here. Bring this down for you. This is J.M. Galati. The flowers are not in the best shape. They're starting to fade. I've made a cross between this and bicolor on that flower right there, and we will see what happens in a year or so. Hopefully it'll take. Also, hanging up here, this is Bulbophyllum claptonense, performing very nicely. Got lots more buds coming on it. Now this is in a 6-inch pot, but it has got lava rock up to about where the top of my thumb is, so it's only in about 2 inches of real media, which is medium bark and chopped sphagnum moss. If you use good quality sphagnum moss, that will last 2 to 3 years for you. Oh, one other Masdevallia. I forgot because it's hanging up. Some people call this Masdevallia floribunda, but it is not the coloration that we normally see for floribunda. It is Masdevallia turkheimii, which is this. Some people call it a variety of floribunda. Some give it a species status. it's been blooming for a while now, and some of the flowers are fading, but a very rewarding thing. What else do we have here? Oh, just starting to come into its flowering season. I'm jumping all around as far as genre here, guys. Please forgive me. This is Cadetia Taylori, just starting to bloom for the season, and it will bloom for a long period of time. I don't know if we can get that in focus or not, but there's one of the flowers. You can see other buds there, and probably in a month or so, this will get to the point where it'll have like 20 flowers or so on it. Beautiful, beautiful mini species. You can see the plant itself gets about 4 to 5 inches tall, and just beautiful flowers. I've always loved this thing. What else do we have here? A couple Phalaenopsis. Oh, here is almost in bloom. This is Ornithocephalus inflexus. Got this a couple years ago, and you notice by the leaf color that it's getting a lot of light for this type of species. It's in the Untitled Alliance, and those flowers will be opening up in just a few days. Yeah, it's growing up here right with the Phalaenopsis, so it's getting pretty bright light. Let's see, anything else? I've got a couple of first bloom paths that'll be opening up pretty soon. This is path Envy Green, which I'm really anxious to see. It's a Primulinum crossed with Malapoense. What else do we have here? Oh, here this is, yeah. Gracillum crossed with Medusae, which is Thai spider. These can be very floriferous. In a 3-inch pot, I have seen these put out 5 flower spikes. Really nice thing to have. And oh, here's another little thing that's this is Perseus crossed with Medusae. And moving right along here. Oh, this is something that I'm trying. This is Restrepia striata, putting out a fair number of flowers now. But you know, so this is in like a 14-inch circular. It's not even a bulb pan. It's much more shallow than that. It's almost like a saucer. But Robert's Flower Supply sells these, particular for bulbophyllums, but I'm going to try it on this to see if I can get this to grow into a nice specimen plant in time. So we'll see what happens. I'm growing it down here, fairly cool and somewhat shady. Moving around to the other side, here's a little Dendrobium Unicum. And we'll go back here to look at some frags. Right now, this is mostly Australian dendrobiums that you're looking at here now. They are in their growing season. When they are growing, you want to give them a good amount of water. And then towards September or so, start slacking off on the water, get them ready for their dormant period. So This is not in its best right now anymore, but this has been flowering since beginning of January. It's Frag, and now it is Frag variety Wade's Orchids CCM AOS. I was very, very happy to get a CCM on it up around Binghamton, New York area at a show that I had last month. Really pleased. And here is a neat little thing. I must have old timers. Is Fragnitidissimum. It's a cross of Caudatum crossed with Contiferum. This is a rather old cross. I'm not sure when it was made, but I'm pretty sure that it goes back at least 40, 50 years, maybe more. Nice long petals on it. Lift it up a little bit. You can see it. It's really nice sized flower. Moving along here, this is an encyclia. Again, this was given to me by Anna. Ms. Meloragno, you have gifted me with some beautiful, beautiful things. Love you, dear. This is a very nice, fragrant encyclia, also fairly large. It's between 2.5 and 3 inches across, and it is encyclia. I believe it's Rio Clarence. Yep, and it says dark lip. Really nice little thing. This is an epidendrum hybrid. We don't even know what it is. It's just a red hybrid. It has a particular thing where it only puts out the sepals and no petals. I don't know if that is common or not. Here's in the background Miltassia Shiloh. This is not variety Tolkien. This is an off-stem process of the and I forget. I think it's called a Kika now, but it tends to get a very light variegation here, if you can see on the one leaf. And that kind of they decided that because of that it was going to be its own clone. Here is I did my last video on dividing this. This is Brassia rex, variety Cicada, which has an HCC. It's the smallest of the awarded Brassia rexes that I know of. It is also possibly the most floriferous, and it branches very nicely. Another plant that has Brassia in it, this is blooming for the first time. This is Brasidium, I believe now it's called Banfieldiera, Gilded Tower. Pretty little thing, gorgeous lip. And I think we've pretty much come full circle. One or two things yet. Up here, let me get this down. Here we have a nice encyclia. See if I can find a place to sit this so I can show you the flowers a little better. There we go. I love the flowers on this. This is Encyclia Mary Motes, and on the tips of this, it has like an orange frill. Just a beautiful, beautiful lip on it. One of the parents of this is Aleda, and you can see a lot of Aleda in this flower. Also nicely fragrant, and it's got about a 4-foot flower spike. I don't know how many flowers I got there. Probably at least 30 flowers. Nice thing. I really like it. Also very reliable bloomer. Let's see, one other thing is we'll finish up looking at this Cattleya here. This is an unnamed, well, it's maybe not unnamed, it lost its tag. So it's just a nice white Cattleya, but this is something that if you have a collection, you really want to have at least one plant like this, whether it has a name on it or not. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is incredibly fragrant and just a beautiful thing to have. So this is Wade from Wade's Orchids. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.